The season finale of Loki's here.
And we got a new picture of Black Adam.
Yeah, let's talk about that and more.
Movie Minds. Movie Minds. Movie Minds.
Guys, this is Ish.
This is it.
We're Movie Minds, where we keep you up to date with all the movie news, reviews, and some shows.
And some shows, yeah.
Some shows.
And follow us here on and all our social media networks, guys. We thank you guys for checking us out, and we continue to encourage you to subscribe to our Facebook, our Instagram, and especially here on YouTube. Please just do the subscribe button, the follow, and also that little notification so you can get notified of all our future content.
Yeah. All right, guys, let's go on to our hot top for today.
That's right.
Guys, Loki has been an amazing show on Disney Plus on Wednesday nights. Tuesday nights for a lot of us because we stay up and we check it out. Tonight, this is being filmed on Tuesday, and by the time you're watching this, a lot of news about Loki has come out. We haven't seen the season finale just yet, but we're going to talk about this series. And what do you think about the whole show in itself? What do you think about it, the pros and cons? And also, how do you think this is going to end?
Well, first of all, I've never seen this show on Wednesday. To me, it's still always Tuesday, right? Yeah. The way that the show has been going, and I've told you this before, I think it's one of the greatest shows, if not the greatest show I've ever seen thus far when it comes to this genre of content, of shows, and even I want to say sometimes even of other genres, and that I personally just think that this show just really opened the door for a lot of people, for a lot of creators to do shows like this in a way where it just goes out the box. It just has so many variables to the show. It has so many. It's
very complex.
It's such a great show. I love it how it makes me think. It makes me excited. It makes me wonder. It makes me anxious. Guys, I'm the dude that's pressing the OK button on the control just to see how long it's at, just to see how much more I have left. That's how much my anxiety gets with the Loki, and I love it. I think what they've done so far is brilliant. I think the story has moved forward on most of the show, except for I think episode 3 and episode 5. I think what episode 5 brought was a lot of Easter eggs, a lot of fun, a lot of things that we can refer to about what we've seen in the comics, which is great, right? But I think the episode 6 and the way that episode 5 cliffhanger, you're gonna see exactly what the MCU is gonna be looking like a bit with the movies that are gonna come out because of what this 6th episode is going to really entail, whether it's Kang the Conqueror, whether it's Doctor Doom. I hear some speculations, things like that.
I wish.
But no matter what, it's just one of those shows that you're going to watch, and you're going to get now the whole enchilada. You were thinking you were going to get it on 5 a little bit, but they didn't.
Yeah.
And so they saved it all for this one spectacular show, and I'm sure it's going to be great.
Well, Disney Plus season finales are no joke. Like, just look at Mandalorian season 2, which, by the way, we're gonna talk about it. Got an Emmy. It's gonna be a big show, and I know that a lot of people are thinking whether it's gonna be the Conqueror himself or a variant, or a third option, like what you said about Doom. I love the show so far, loving every single aspect of it. I love how much weight this carries in the MCU. So freaking cool. My opinion on the whole thing, in the center of that one of the whole void thing of the end of time, that city, which a lot of people have confirmed that it's called Chronopolis.
Okay.
And it's all about what's going to happen in there. And so my opinion is that we're probably going to see a variant Loki. I'm talking about Loki Prime 0, right? The very first iteration of Loki is going to exist in that Chronopolis, and he's going to be actually ruling the timeline. I think that that's the case. I think he's going to be out if you see the show itself, it's all about Loki and coming to terms with who he is,
Right.
the good, the bad, and the really ugly, as we've seen him in the MCU do before, betraying people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I think having a Loki, variant Loki, Prime Loki would be great. As we all know, the Loki that we have in the MCU is the one that's on the sacred timeline, right? So there is different variations of Loki, as we all saw. So that's my opinion. What do you think is going to be in the center of the thing?
Like that is interesting, right? Because it could work, and what you said right now wouldn't be that far off, and it actually would be somewhat clever or even logical, right? Because of all the other Lokis that we've seen thus far. The only reason why I think that might not happen, and it could, like I said, it could, but because we've seen statues of the Timekeepers, and all of the statues, or at least the statue that they've emphasized quite a bit, has been the Kang the Conqueror looking one. And the only reason why I say that it's the Kang the Conqueror is because we already know that Jonathan Majors is already officially going to play Kang the Conqueror, and
Ant-Man.
it looks it looks very, very much like him in this. And so I don't know if they did that to throw us off, but I mean, they already started with the Timekeepers like this, and because of it, that it just really it's look, to me it's a 99 right now. This is how sure I am it's Kang the Conqueror. I'm at a 97.9% that it's Kang. That's how, because of everything, and because of how they opened it up, everything, and because I know the element in which Kang works through, and because Kang is also affiliated with Goliath. You know?
Right. The monster, the cloud monster, right? I just think that the whole Timekeepers being a facade is very Loki-ish. And that's why I really, really feel like that. But I just want to shout out one of my friends, Anastasia. She posted something on her Instagram, and she was saying that it's going to be the Matt Damon Loki variant in the middle. Imagine
the one from Thor?
That would be cool.
Ragnarok?
Yeah, the one that from Thor. That would be freaking cool.
That's funny.
That would make no sense whatsoever, but that would be cool. But then I started talking to her, and she said that she thinks that Kang the Conqueror is going to be the one that's pulling the strings, that we will see a variant Loki in the middle, but then we'll find out that Kang is the actual one pulling the strings in the back, like much like Thanos and the whole Avengers Infinity Saga. So,
and that could very well be. I guess tonight we will find out.
Yes, let's see who's right and who's wrong.
That's
who is off completely. Guys, let's go on to Worthy Mentions.
Worthy Mentions, guys. We have news from Mr. Dwayne Johnson. He put out a post on Instagram last night. And it's so funny because I was on Instagram and I saw the picture and I was like, oh my word. This looks amazing. This just looks amazing. And so the picture is of his we're looking at his back, but we could see a little bit of the suit of what it looks like, and then we also see the scale of what the movie's going to look like. And to me it looks like it's at another level, dude. I don't know why. I just get so excited with this.
The Rock is starring as Black Adam is perfect casting, first off.
Yes.
And he talks about how this suit that he's wearing is not a bodysuit. That's a literal body, like it's a skin tight suit, and you could see how built he is. He is made for this role. It looks amazing. And then later on in his post, he talks about how the power scale in the DC universe is changing. So this is totally awesome. He said it before in another post back a few months ago. I cannot wait for this movie. I think this is going to be one of those Justice League level movies. That it's going to be a big tentpole movie for the DCU. So,
look, they're going to have to get all together and defeat this fool.
Because
this guy just he's
at
another level.
I don't think anyone's going to defeat him. That's his movie. He's going to have to prevail for sure. It's going to be a big one, guys.
Exactly. Well, another movie news, guys. We have the Tomorrow War 2 at Amazon. Skydance is already in talks for the sequel, reteaming with Chris Pratt and director Chris McKay. I got the privilege of watching the first one. We reviewed it, so check that review out. It's on our channel now. Very, very great movie. I can't tell you how excited I am about this. I do want a second one. I don't know what in the world they would talk about.
Doesn't matter, man.
But I'm in.
If it's the same cast, the same director, I mean, Chris McKay is legit, dude. He did Batman, Lego Batman, and some other great big Batman movies. Like, dude, that was a great.
It was a good movie. It was a good. I loved Lego Batman.
This movie, you guys are missing out if you haven't watched it. Yep. I swear to you, you're gonna have a good time. Forget all the bad reviews that it has. Seriously, you guys are movie lovers. You guys are gonna enjoy this. Go in with open mind.
2.4 million people had this movie, and it made it the most popular streaming movie of all time. It seems like to me, for Amazon at least. I'm not sure if it's counting with Netflix and things like that. But Chris Pratt came out and thanked everybody for it, and he's just super psyched. I love that guy. Yeah. He's super humble, man. I love that guy. One of my favorite Chris's, that is for sure. Guys, the Emmys are coming out, and some of our favorite shows that I didn't really think they were gonna make it really did make it, and so it was a very, very great, pleasant surprise. The Mandalorian is in there, and WandaVision is in there with top nods from the Emmy Academy. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm just so excited to see the Mandalorian leading the way, really, in a lot of these areas with inside the Emmys. Guys, this is the Star Wars content that's getting recognition with inside the Emmys. Like, this is, if it were a movie, we'd be talking about best film, a nomination as an Oscar and in the Oscars. So this is a humongous deal. If you haven't watched Mandalorian, dude, watch it, please.
Do yourself a favor.
I'm just so excited where Star Wars is going overall. That's what really stands out to me. Also, just seeing WandaVision, even though I'm not a humongous fan for it, I know why it's there, and I think it does deserve a place in it because it did do a lot for the genre. So
and some amongst those nominated are The Boys in Amazon, which is a great show.
Another one.
The Crown, I've heard, is very good. The Handmaid's Tale on Hulu. We have Lovecraft Country on HBO, which was canceled. Which is very, very weird to me because it was a very good show. On comedy series, we have a bunch of non-movie related ones, but Blackish, Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai is one of them, which I'm glad it's there. We have also Queen's Gambit, which is great. I'm glad it's there, along with WandaVision on limited series. And so we just have a bunch of shows that were nominated that I'm really happy to see them there, and we'll see what will happen. We'll keep you guys updated definitely about the winners. And for our last, and this is like my favorite one I want to talk about, was Deadpool and Korg react to the Free Guy trailer in a funny video. Both in it, they're both characters that are in the Free Guy movie, and it was just such a funny thing to watch, man.
Yeah, I can't believe Disney, because now Disney owns Fox, and he actually mentioned that in the video, which is really funny. But I can't believe Disney allowed them to do this, because this is like two different these are two different entities like coming together for the honestly almost for the first time, really. I don't know if you guys know this, but Taika Waititi is the one that plays Korg, and he's inside the movie, which I didn't know that in the Free Guy guy movie. I'm so excited. I think Ryan Reynolds is a genius marketer. If you ever seen his commercials for his gin Aviator, I think it's called Aviation, something like that. All his stuff is great. Anything that you put Ryan Reynolds in and he promotes, it's gonna blow up. And I'm kind of just in awe about the marketing play that was done here.
And what he talks about too, right? Man. He's like, it's Ryan Reynolds. He's just playing himself again, or the same character. Like, he makes fun of what people will already say about him. And I just loved it. And I love Taika Waititi's character Korg. I've always loved him in the Avengers movie. And it's just
how about when he asks like, oh, hey, so any pointers on how I could get into MCU?
Right, that's so cool.
That was freaking cool. And then Korg's breakdown.
And it tells him everything. And like, at the end, send him an email. You never know what can happen. When you're gonna get your dreams come true. Oh man, it was gold. Such a great back and forth. I love this, guys. Check it out, please. It's so fun.
Link in the descriptions, guys. So
yes, enjoy. Definitely. But for the Free Guy, that will be coming out in a couple of months.
Yep.
So we will see what happens with that. But those are your worthy mention.
Yes, guys, let's go on to streaming and chilling.
I will go first this time. And guys, I've been watching a lot of shows, and I just been exploring, my streaming services. First, when I pressed play, I didn't think I was gonna like it that much. I thought I was just gonna watch a show that had sharks in it, which I love watching. Shark Week and all that stuff, right? But this show, it's on Disney Plus, and it's called Shark Beach with Chris Hemsworth. And he is on a mission as he uncovers the science of shark behavior to discover how humans and the ocean's top predator can safely coexist. Now, by what you hear right now in the synopsis of it, you don't think that this is about really anything but just guys that like to go and risk their lives, which I think you're one of them, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
He told me that he would want to do that.
I'm doing it soon.
And so basically, Chris Hemsworth's out there. He's out there with one of the top surfers in the world, and so he explained that there was on occasion that when he was out there surfing and he was on his board, that he wasn't paying attention, and all he heard was a little splash, and boom, there was a great white right next to him that was trying to bite him, and luckily he was able to not get bitten and walk away with his life. And so I don't know if you guys know this, but one of the things that Australia and a lot of beaches people die from shark attacks, and so Chris Hemsworth is a big surfer. He loves doing that, and it's something that he's always been very afraid of something like that happening to himself. And so he just talks about what to understand about sharks and what they're doing right now in order to be able to be out there in the waves and really be left alone by them. Because what's funny and what's very interesting is that sharks don't bite you because they're hungry or they're going to eat you. No, they'll spit you out. They'll just bite you out of wanting to hurt you because they're protecting themselves or they're protecting something, their territory, but they do not eat human. They'll spit it out. And so you learn a lot of these little intricacies, things like that in the documentary. And I think it's super interesting. And then it also talks about how our oceans, and our ecosystems and all that stuff relates. And it's so super important for our environment. So check it out, guys. It's Shark's Beach with Chris Hemsworth. And it's pretty entertaining, I might add.
Yeah. I actually watched I think the first episode, right? And there's like a few episodes or...
No.
I only saw like the first 20 minutes of it because then I
It's
fell asleep.
It's a whole show.
It was pretty interesting. It was pretty cool. Yeah.
So
I'm gonna talk about an HBO Max documentary. It's called Alternate Endings: 6 Ways to Die in America. Yeah, it's kind of dark, so so hold your horses. An exploration of the changing attitudes in the United States surrounding death, including the ways it is recognized today and how many approach the end of life. So, it was very interesting just to like run into it. I had to dive into this whole documentary about 6 different families really experiencing death in their family. Well, some of them were known that they're coming to end of life. They're already old. They were diagnosed with a terminal like illness, and they decide to take on specific ways of kind of finishing off life. And so you have a few people that celebrate. They have a big old celebration, and they talk about how they take on that road of like making a big old festival for the family, and others, they actually take the ashes of their loved ones and they go to like the Gulf of Mexico, and they integrate it with a coral reef, and they put it down the bottom of the ocean, and that those ashes and all that ecosystem, what it all really does is just is feeding that reef, coral reef. And so it's a really interesting show. It comes down to a point where I don't want to really spoil a lot, but there's this one family that he actually he has terminal cancer, and he decides to take a concoction that actually stops his breathing and his heart, and it comes to terms with just the end of life. And he has this whole journey, and it's touching. Trust me, if you want to cry, watch this one, because it will really tug at your heart, and it will really kind of in a sense, it's not super sad, but what it is it's showing people how they have respect for life and how they decide to take control over that. So it's really cool. I think everyone should watch it for just that, to enjoy life and enjoy what you have right now. So yeah,
This is on
HBO Max.
HBO Max.
Yeah,
Awesome.
It's great, guys.
Yeah,
So
sounds very interesting.
All
Pretty
right,
depressing.
guys. Yeah. Yeah, sorry for the downer, but go ahead and enjoy some of our reviews because they're all fun, guys, especially the latest few, like latest 3. They're freaking great. So go watch it.
Guys, subscribe. Let us know what you think down in the comments. Let us know what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong, what we're doing, I don't know. Anything, just let us know on the comments below. Don't forget to check us out on social media and all our platforms there. But right here, please subscribe. Press that notification button for all your future content. And as always, and like always, stay
movie minded.
Movie minded.
Woo!